Hey guys, what's up? Digit here with a microphone going live. Today we're just going to be working on this 8th Highland Central System server and talk plans of, well, maybe adding more staff. If you want to be a member of the server, it's not quite ready for the public. I still need more staff members. So we'll talk about that later. I do have the live chat reply, so I'll be able to read that. If Minecraft doesn't crash, that would be good. Oops. So for now, we're just going to be doing some minor detailing just to make it look better. All these sunflowers don't look very good. Let's see. Maybe we'll add a farmland through here. Oh, that would be a lot of effort. My resource pack. We'll talk about that too, because I did just make something for Immersive Railroading. Oh crap. Here we go. That's not right. Oh, that didn't work. This is always fun when you mess up. Alright, so basically, I shouldn't even be doing that because all I need to do is world edit. If you have any questions, comments, or anything, just put them in the live chat. I do read that, so if you want to ask me anything, don't be afraid to. Sphere, sand, 3, and then the mask will be air. There we go. We can cylinder it off. I hate how Minecraft flowers work. Alright, I'm just going to go out and say that now. They aren't well thought out. Just because you can't sand, like, if you look at grass is treated like it's just a breakable block, so like I don't know how to describe it. I think you can just, yeah, see, like that, you can just place down grass. But then with a flower or anything like that, it's treated as an actual block that you can walk through. I don't like that, mostly just because I'm a builder and anything I have to do with terrain, there's always some random flower that's just like, ha, you suck, come at me, and then ruins everything. So, in this exact scenario, it keeps the sand from falling down, which isn't, like, this is the one time I want the sand to fall down. Just, that is not. It's because I'm trying to make this look good. Dang it. We can just make this one big drop off, if you will. Alright, so I have to grab grass, make sand to work the builder's wand. Ooh, no, don't want it that way. Here we go. There we go, and then we can just Alright, next. Let's get rid of that. This. Sometimes this double clicks happen and then you just... A lot of things can happen that you don't want to have happen, so that's always fun. If you haven't already and you're watching this and you do have Discord, join my Discord because I now have a Discord channel, or server I should say. I do have a Discord server now. It's in my most recent video, it's in the description. The link for the invite is there. It shouldn't expire. Please someone check if it has, because I set it to not expire. Oh yeah, so I'm using the cylinder because it stays at the level you click it at. And I guess the tall grass and flowers. So this is just kind of a way to like move over areas. I have to do that with the yard. Oh, step one is to get rid of the concrete. Alright, let's see. Trying to make this look kind of realistic-y, if you will, just as realistic as possible. So then this will be a very nice, god dang it, a very nice server to be on. That looks pretty good. The undo function's pretty convenient if you ask me. There's a flower under there. Yep. Now I'm using sand because it will contort to the terrain. It'll look like it's supposed to. It'll kind of match the terrain since it'll fall because gravity. And then I'm going to use world edit to just turn the sand into dirt, and then turn. Yeah, no, not dirt. I'm going to turn the sand into dirt. I mean grass, and then the grass under the dirt will turn back into dirt, and then it'll look pretty nice. But until then, it does look like we're on the beach, so that's interesting. That was 3 times. These wands are from the mod Extra Utilities. They're pretty useful. That's about the only thing I have the mod installed for, because it has some other random stuff that it doesn't necessarily exist in the world, so. But I added the mod because we need extra utilities. I don't know why I didn't, oh. Yeah, see, I'm trying to avoid the tracks because the tracks are another block, so. Alright, now I just need to speed run. I should do... No, I shouldn't. Actually, yeah. Hang on, I have to figure out the grass ID. That's... I'm just using a ID searcher for Minecraft. 31 to 1. There we go. Now it'll mask the grass, as you can see here. I could do the mask flowers, but all the stuff that is like double tall, or if it's just a flower, there's so many of them that I'd have to mask like 30 different things. See, and it just makes more sense at that point in time to just break them and then keep going. Oh, I just murdered a chicken. Totally the intention, yes. Chicken die. Alright, now I have to be careful because that's one block apart. I don't want to pull a stupid person and accidentally make that onto the track. You know what? I might just do double tall grass. 175 to 2. Oh yeah, each Minecraft block has, that's... I'm sorry, what? Where did this cobblestone come from? What? Okay. Well, apparently you can't mask double tall grass like that, so... But each Minecraft block has some ID, whether it's in word form or it's in number form. They both, like, each one has a word form, like Minecraft coal, and then it also has a number form, like this grass, not the double tall, this grass is 131 to 1 on the Minecraft ID list. So if you ever need just need Minecraft IDs, just search up Minecraft ID list. There's, I think, one that will appear that allows you to search up the IDs, so. Oh, crap. Yeah, Minecraft is interesting with mods. Alright, so that looks pretty good. Now we just gotta do the other side of the street. Hate this game. Sometimes it just forgets that it did this, and then if you undo like 5, it just doesn't undo the mistake you've made, and it's weird, but oh well. Now there are a lot of flowers in this area, which is not fun for me. I could be using cylinders, or spheres I should say, instead of cylinders, but this is fine. Now the more mods you have, and the closer you are to something that's laggy, the more lag you're gonna have. Minecraft lesson number 1. And since I'm close to a bunch of tracks in Immersive Railroading with a bunch of other mods loaded in, my computer is having a heart attack. Oh, and the fact that it's trying to sand fall. I'm probably just going to end it there. That looks good enough. So I'm going to bring it up to that. Actually, that looks pretty good. Let's do a couple other things like here. Going to end it around there. Oh, who put that ravine there? Alright, that cave no longer exists in the world. Ah, god damn it. Undo 2. Undo 3. Alright, yeah, that looks good. That doesn't look good. Alright, so, oof. Alright, Didn't realize I had to fix this, but apparently we do. Alright, yeah, that looks pretty good. Kind of rounding it out. Yeah, there you go. Shut. And bam, there's that done. And now we just kind of need to get rid of all these freaking flowers. Oh yes, this is a thing. If you're on a server, if you're using this on a server, add like auto item pickup or something. Because that is a thing. Or just fly around really low and then pick up the items or hope they despawn at a quick rate. Yeah, this is always fun. The funnest part, actually, clearly. Yeah, they'll despawn eventually. Because they're gone here. Alright, so now that you've filled that in and you've messed this part up. Alright, now that we've got that filled in, what we can do is now we can just go back to sphere. But instead we do search up the grass block ID. Just 2. And then 6 being the size. Then mask sand before you put a sphere of grass in the air. Because you don't want floating islands. I mean, you might want floating islands, but I don't want floating islands. And then any sand it goes over in its radius of 6. Okay. Yeah, any sand it goes over in the radius of 6, it will just, oh, something died there. That's fun. It'll just turn into grass. So if you want to remove beaches, that's always fun. If you want to add beaches, this works. It's just kind of a bulk blocker place, if you will. Oh, that's the thing. Most of the time, almost always, you'll end up intentionally or not, you'll end up having to go over something by hand. So because world edit is far from perfect. Not like it's a bad mod, but far from perfect isn't. It just doesn't. It just can't do everything exactly how it wants to be done, just because Minecraft is Minecraft and limitations exist. So. Oh. Forgot to do this side. Oh, I should do this. So yeah, the yard was built over a river gorge area thing. I have to fill. I have to get rid of this swamp area, which translates directly to put a bunch of sand over it to the point where it doesn't look like a swamp anymore. That's what that translates to. Then I have to replace all this grass with coarse dirt. So, this tree should not be a thing. Because in the yard you usually have coarse dirt and gravel. Yeah, see, coarse dirt. This is the finished part of the yard over here. And more than not finished. And then guess I just kind of stopped doing this halfway through, huh? We don't want that there. Alright, so now just think you're done and then forget about it. How much sand do I have? Oh, what? Okay. So, like here, we don't want this to be a bridge. This is still the yard. We don't want a bridge here, so we just fill that in with sand. and replace the sand blocks. This is more or less what we want it to look like. Kinda here. Oh yes, my coaling tower. This took me forever to make, and I was very upset when the world first corrupted because this took too long to make. Building it originally took too long, and then making it functional for immersive railroading took too long. But I know they're gonna kind of phase these augments, these things on the track. They're gonna phase these things on the track out of the mod. You go back and watch the developer streams on Cam72 Cam's channel. Just search up Cam72 Cam. Or if push comes to shove, immersive railroading development streams. Just look at anyone that was made in 2021. We'll talk about some of the recent changes and the planned changes that they're going to make for the mod. Because I know he said they're going to phase out those. Not remove them, but phase them out so that I don't think they're going to be in the creative inventory anymore. I believe they're going to add like more multi-block structures, like a coaling tower. Maybe not like this, but like a water tower, like maybe something smaller like this. Because I kind of had to improvise. I don't know. I'm not a developer. I just make a game crash. Seriously. Alright, well, so my game crashed. So, very, very fun. Give me just like 2 minutes to load back in. So as I was saying, I did make a pack. I'm going to keep it unnumbered, probably. It's obvious what railroad it's for. Just take a look at it and try to tell me it's not for the Norfolk and Western. But I'm not going to number it or letter it, mostly because Blender is so bad and so good at the same time. So it's not going well to try to renumber it. But I've made it. The tender's basically done. The handrails and small details needed to be added still. Oh, casually just standing on a diesel locomotive, yeah. Yeah, well, I don't know what made it crash. I guess it was just the fact that it crashed. I should add vanilla fix. That is a good idea. So next we're going to probably just, well, as you can see, this isn't how life works. Because, you know, I'm 99% sure you can't have a floating engine. How? Well, you can't have a floating all of this. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go back to the old sand. Oh, I messed. I'm going to do sand for masking. Oh, shoot. Yeah, this world didn't have cheats on, or it doesn't anymore, so that kind of sucks. And for mask. Air 31 to 1. Oh. That's the only thing I'm going to do. Okay, well, I was not a cylinder. What do you mean nothing left to undo? This looks like something you should undo. But that's what I mean by just kind of thinks it didn't do something. Oh yes, mask logs and leave. There we go. Now I just gotta make this unbad. Gotta unmess up the situation. So I'm going to keep it low and then cylinder it in. This is not a bridge, so I have to just take the rest of the water from the world apparently now. Oh shoot, frick. Don't tell me there's nothing left to undo. Yeah, no, that was... So I was saying about those double clicks, it's always fun when that happens. Don't drag it, no, don't click and hold while you're doing this. You will end up... Seriously? I hate that so much. Or I don't think I think it's just don't undo while... Actually, this is fine. I don't want this lid to be here anymore. I think I'm just not supposed to undo if the sand is still falling. I'm gonna use cylinders for that leg. Oh yeah, that's Fallout's line. Australian style, because Fallout's Australian. I'm not going to fill in the whole building, I'm going to fill in the edges. Because BG made this building and it's not small. That zoom feature is kind of convenient for those small and kind of hard to reach places. We're going to make this look like it was built into the hill. Ooh, I should have thought that out. Crap, it can't do undo. I don't think it can undo past 20. Okay, well, we'll just make that look like it's a hill. Right, one section at a time. Ooh, nope. Hold on, just got to obliterate some trees real fast. If you know the block ID, you can literally just remove anything. This will have to work. Alright, there's that. And there's a mistake. And then I'm just gonna skip behind. We might as well come over here. Alright, there's that done. Now it's gonna move the speed of Sonic himself. Heads up, this isn't a quick process, so don't be like, oh, this is gonna take 5 minutes. It's gonna take however long you want to put into it, actually. I guess it could take 5 minutes, but if you want it to look bad, it's gonna take 5 minutes. Alright, and a little bit after this, just because not to waste as much time, I'm going to stop after this for a bit, and then I'm going to show the progress, or the mostly completed E2A. Frick. I have to make this one block since it can't mask water. That's not bad though. I'm going to show the E2 after this. E2A, I should call it. I guess I can bring that out. Expertly avoiding the trees. I'm trying to blend it. That's why I'm blend it back into the land for. Oh well. Okay, well, I'm just gonna undo that last one. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I forgot, since I masked the grass, I can also use it as kind of a... It'll be affected. I don't know how to explain certain things, my bad. Alright, well, that's just going to end right here. Alright. Alright, here's what I wanted to do, right? Like this. This was the original plan. But then I somehow got in my head that that was not the... Oh, that's one block too low. And you can see, and just the FPS drop. Ooh, I honestly don't know what's happening. It could be all these items it's trying to render. Get rid of that. Avoid the tracks. Alright. Just had to check on something real fast. Ooh, should look into that. Alright, so there's this done, and oh yeah, it's all these items. Gonna make the despawning process go a bit faster, I guess. Actually, I was gonna slash clear my inventory in a sec. How's an ink sac? Oh, there was a squid, wasn't there? Alright, so we're working on a new town, or, well, planned, and since this isn't a server, I guess I'm working on a new town, since this is a single player as of now. But, yeah. So something happened with the rendering for the E2, and now it's really small, but I think I can fix that. Keep in mind, I'm using a test build of Immersive Railroading, so there will be a light. And there will be controls. Actually, most trains spawn off the tracks. In this exact test build, the brakes got nerfed, meaning you can't just stop on a dime after moving 100 miles an hour. Doesn't work anymore. But if you are using the test build, everything's supported. Everything in the cab moves. Not everything does something. The brakes broke. Whatever update happened, it broke the brakes. So I don't know how to fix those. Or whatever update to the test build happened, it broke the brakes, so those don't work. But there is a water. That's not how you spell water. The water sites work. So they correspond to the water. The speedometers, the steam pressures don't work, but I'm not necessarily adding those just because it's not a full update yet. So, but the windows, they work, of course. No glass, because Blender's dumb and I didn't understand how to do that. But let's go. I think the track glitched out and broke in one of these updates, because some of the updates that change track sometimes tend to break them. I'm more upset that you can hear the bell before you can hear the chuff. That's always been a thing in IR. Like just how the bell is generally louder. Oh, that's another glitch with the... I left render distance and then all of a sudden you can't hear the chuffs. I believe that it might actually be one of the update, like the releases instead of a test build problem. I could be wrong, but I think it's been a thing. It might just be the test build, so I can't really say it's a problem, just if, because I don't know. If it's a test build, then it's not a problem, because a test build isn't, a test build's just a test build, just kind of testing to see if it works. If it was an actual release, then that would be a problem. But we added, or I added a bit over here. This yard, the other end of the yard finally connects up to the main line, so that's good. Speaking of which, I need to make a diamond crossing at some point in time. The speed limit here would be permitted like 40 maybe. So we'll just try to hit something around there. Or 30, I don't know, 30, 35 to 40, 30 to 40. Oh, well no, we'll do 35 because we're approaching that new town. If you have dynamic lights enabled for Optifine, the lights will actually reduce dynamic lighting, and so you'll be able to see it'll be functional, I should say. The lights are kind of just static right now. And who put this here? Oh, I did. Whoops. Yeah, so that's here. Well, my bad. No, the tender does not have dynamic coal visualization yet, so... Because I know there's nothing in there, but it just doesn't. I didn't make it. I made the tender, but I just didn't make the dynamic coal visualization. Alright, well, since someone just left an E2A Pacific here, we might as well just use it. We can... Oh yes, so we did change to a different track style over here. In the tunnel we did, because I figured it would be less noticeable. Alright, so I'm kind of basing this off the HO scale Piermont division. If you haven't seen that, search it up. It's like the best railroad, or the best model railroad in the US, hands down. I'm willing to say for all scales. Not the world, because that one in Germany is the better one. But this guy, I searched it up. I saw a picture of Piermont, the little town, and I'm doing the station kind of off of this, where instead of emerging from the tunnel, oh, here's the brake nerf I was talking about, and then here's the independent brake. So now there's train and independent brakes. Anyway, you come out of the tunnel in the Piermont division, and then in the town of Piermont, there's a station on a curve. So in the town of whatever I'm going to call this, there's going to be a station. Oh, that's over here. There's going to be a station on a curve. So I'm going to build a station right here. Platform extends from over there to about right there. And then, of course, there'll be a crossing. So, it's actually going to be pretty simple, I think, because there's a lot of flat space to work with. And then over here, mountains and hills, so. But this isn't going to be a big town purely because someone decided to launch an ocean right here. Maybe there'll be a few. No industry because the tracks, it's not big enough for really the tracks to go. But the roads I want to have connect in this world too. But that's a different thing because that's actually a lot of work. There's still going to be some variants to this locomotive I need to make. I know 560, no. 5, I want to say 573. This is 578, I believe. Yeah, I think this is 578. So I believe 573 had a high headlight. One of them did. I can't remember which road number, but I believe 173 had a high headlight. So it was just up here more mounted on the top of the smoke box. And then it had a cast iron plow. So I'd have to do that. I'm going to make a white wall variant. Just why not? It didn't prototypically exist. This is how it is. This is how they were prototypically. They didn't have any white walls. Yeah. They didn't have a pneumatic bell. They did have an air ringer though. Here's how the air compressors looked. Yeah, I know they look bad. Tender, I think 578 might be the only one with this tender, but I really didn't want to have to make another tender. But it's looking like I have to. And I think it's appearing darker than it actually is on camera. I don't know why. I think it's just because of how I decided to texture it poorly. This is my first model, be quiet. But in game, it's not this dark. Unless it's not showing up this dark, in which case, never mind. But it's not very dark. Hang on a second. Alright, so yeah, no, I'm sorry for the rendering problem here. I don't know if I'll release it like that or not. But of course, yes, you can wear trains as hats, so I have a stylish hat, if I do say so myself. Oh yes, if you're not using the test builds, the headlight is not currently textured, but I'll just use this texture with the lanterns for the headlight. And then the cab will be fully detailed. It will look exactly like this, except you just can't really move anything. The doors won't open. The windows will look like this. This is their, right here is their default, so you just won't be able to interact with any of the controls. But I wanted to have a fully detailed cab just for that more realism. So this actually didn't take me that long. It was pretty simple. At first I thought this is going to be a problem because there was no like, the side view was this and the cab wasn't detailed, and the back view was just this, but it was just the firebox, the throttle. And so fortunately 578 is preserved in terrible condition, probably never going to be running again, but it's there. So I was able to find some photos off the internet of its cab. So I based a few things off of that, like these gauges right here, these gauges right here, this thing right here. But then I had to import some other models to see what their cab looked like. I had to find other images to see what the fireman's side looked like. I had to open Train Z Simulator and go into the K&L Train's PS4 cab to see what its looked like. That's how I knew to put the steam pressure right there. Made the reverser because I knew it was right there. Most trains, well, every train has a reverser there. Speaking of reverser, I forgot to add the reverser to the exterior. I'll have to do that. So, yeah, that's about it for what is planned for the world. If you want to talk to me, if you want to have, I'm putting this on my Discord later today. Actually, as soon as I get done with this live, I'm gonna make sure everything is in the file and then put the file on my Discord server. So if you want this now, go join my Discord. Again, set my most recently uploaded video, not live. My video has the Discord in the description, so go check that out. If you want to talk to me or some of my friends, join my Discord. Even if you don't want to talk about immersive railroading, but you want to talk about Train Z Simulator, Railroads Online, and something like that, join the Discord because we do talk about that. We have dedicated channels. So yeah, thanks for watching the stream.